Hi, everybody. I'm Ian. Let me mute the fucking podcast real quick from YouTube. Hi.
YouTube.
GunGamers Podcast, episode 33, with our guest Alfonse and our hosts Kaylee and Eric. How's everybody doing today?
What up, what up?
What's up, guys?
Oh, hello.
So, it's been like 2 years since we've talked to you. A whole lot of stuff has happened. There was this kind of...
Allegedly.
There's this thing that was going on that kind of, caused
Yeah.
some stuff yeah. I remember...
But we're all back.
We are all back. When we had the last podcast, I'm like, 2 months, we're going to be hanging out, playing, at DFE.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah, no doubt.
That aged
We are.
poorly.
Yeah.
2020, let's just forget that year happened.
It was
Already
rough, though.
forgot.
Not the best year.
Well, you say that, but it was a good year for you, it seems, because I looked at some metrics, and the last time we had you on, you were at like 180K subs, and now you're up to like 400 something?
Oh fuck, you're gonna make me look up my metrics.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, no, it's been growing. It's been growing, which is cool, but honestly, I'm not very I don't know. It doesn't seem like I still feel like I haven't gotten to make the content that I wanted. Like everything I would like to make, I still haven't put it all together, if you know what I mean, kind of thing.
I get it.
Like,
Well, what would be like your dream content?
well, first off, how about just posting at least a video a week?
Okay, fair. Yeah.
I end up just playing too much Airsoft, so I go into this vicious cycle. For example, like the past 9 weeks, I've traveled every single weekend, which is awesome, and the fact that I'm able to do it, super cool. But it really does handicap myself for editing and putting out videos, because it's like the same cycle every week, right? You go to an event, and then you get back either Monday, Tuesday, depending on what, if I flew or if I drove, and then of course that first day you're feeling jet lagged, or it's just a post Milsim West Monday kind of feel, and then next thing you know, if you're going to another event, the following week, it's you got to basically, most of the time I leave like on Thursday, so I basically have a Tuesday and a Wednesday, and then it's like, so I need to try and streamline the process and stop being so picky. And also I really am trying to hire some help just to help do stuff, because there's so much more stuff I want to do, like fitness content.
We
How
were
about just
talking about
consistent?
that the last time you were on with the fitness content.
Yeah, we can't talk about fitness content because Mr. Soberteric impression Mike Man will be upset. Remember the meme he posted on Facebook? No.
This is a lifting podcast from this moment onward.
No, but I don't know. There's so much more stuff that I want to do in my head that I'm always, this is this, and this, and then I feel like I haven't really achieved that yet. So subscribers are awesome, and I appreciate every single one. But in my mind, I feel like I'm way underperforming, which is.
Are you trying to go to less Airsoft to make content, or you're just trying to find that balance?
I'm trying to optimize.
Okay, optimize.
Sort of. So basically, I want to be able to still do exactly what I'm doing, and in fact, do more in terms of now that Big Bad C Word is over. I would really like to actually travel internationally now, and there's several places, I don't just want to keep going to the same Airsoft events over and over. Like, how many times can we play at GTI? You know what I mean? It's just like,
Well, I mean,
apparently.
come, what is it, September? One more.
Unless it's Insurgency, which might be pretty cool. But, I don't know. I just don't want to keep going to the same events over and over again. So, in order to make that happen, you know what I mean? I can't not post YouTube content, because that's just like, oh, hey, let's stop working. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's your business.
That's a revenue. That's income. So, I have to keep that rolling if the whole thing's, basically that's the crux of the, we're playing Jenga, and it's like the pivotal piece. And if that piece gets pulled out, it's like the whole tower falls down. So I need to optimize it so that I can just still get out a video a week, and also keep doing, whatever I want to do, where I'm going to events and hanging out with friends. And I'm looking at it long term. I don't you got to be like, okay, do I honestly see myself doing this for more than 5 years? Or if so, if the answer is yes, how do I make that happen? And it's like, well, there's a lot of stuff you want to eliminate, and some of that is like airsoft drama and just basically making sure I'm having fun. And then the other way is like I have to put out content to make.
We have to achieve a work-life balance.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah, you don't want to get burnt out and then.
Well, at least you have a
it's
plan
over at
for
that
this.
point.
Because if I've noticed one thing with YouTubers is like they'll be killing it for like 3 years, make a couple mil, retire, and then be like, oh fuck, I'm like 22 and I don't have I have zero solid assets. So then they, I don't know, buy a house that's way too big for them. The taxes are just gonna drain their cash.
Financial.
Yeah. And they'll come back like 4 years later and be like, what's up, guys? The 900,000 dead subs I have. Let's go ahead and do this Let's Play.
Well, that's the other thing. You talk about, you just said earlier, you referenced that my analytics were growing or whatever, however you said it. And it's like, that's awesome, but like, all it takes is you just to stop. And then like, that, you know what I mean? Like, next thing you know, you're irrelevant kind of thing. And I don't really worry about that too much.
That's like us.
That's right.
No. I mean, I'm not really trying to be relevant or like that's not my goal. Again, like I feel like if you set out to do that, you're just setting yourself up to fail. So I'm not really that much worried about it. But in my head, when you study like the analytics and stuff and you see what happens, there's like you see the graphs and it's just like it's you're like losing hundreds of dollars per day and you're just like, oop. For what? Just because I couldn't, stay on task for a couple of days and, I have more. That's my problem is like I have so much footage and so many cool events I went to that I just.
That now you have a backlog.
Yeah, and it's worse when you backlog because you like in your head the optimal situation would be like I go play airsoft this weekend, then Monday morning I get home and I'm like, all right, let's make a quick, throw the clips together. Okay, these are the cool moments, and then like. By the end of the week, you do a little bit each day, and all of a sudden you have a video. But again, that's in a perfect world, and so picture doing that, but 9 weeks straight, and then every single week compounding more and more onto like on top of it, and your short-term memory. It makes it exponentially harder, but.
No, I get it.
Plus, you're tired, and you don't want to just be going from one thing to the next. Like, oh, I just went to a 40-hour milsim, and now I'm gonna spend, the next 7 days doing a video. Like, it's just not realistic.
Rolling duffel filled with disgusting clothing.
You
gotta wash. Not to
Like,
mention the fact that
laundry, I have to edit gameplay.
Yeah.
I got the going to event. That's easy. Like showing up, having your guns work, all that stuff. That's no problem. For me,
that's the fun part.
Yeah, like that's fun. It's just the editing, keeping editing fun is what I think that the challenge is, and I think that's for anyone. Like if you're gonna make any sort of videos, I feel like it's pretty. What's the word? It's very apparent when I'm having fun editing. Like for example, the Guardian Center video. I really had fun editing that. And it was just a giant shitpost, basically.
Well, it also did like 7 million views or something.
Right,
like
it's
that.
my best performing video ever. But I think the key there was like, I wasn't forcing it. I didn't rush it to get it out by a certain date. I was just kind of like, oh, I'll edit this, and every couple days I'd, be like, okay, so, and not to mention I had a ton of camera problems from that event, and there were so many, like I don't know if you guys remember the part where Keg made a huge push from. Whichever building that you were in through that open field.
Honest, I remember very little of that because I was way 500 yards away, saying, "Hey."
I wasn't cadre for Keg at that event, so I might have seen it on like the cameras or something like that. But,
yeah, there was somebody
this
posted.
Corey would be useful.
Yes, Corey.
Yeah,
was actually Corey was involved.
Corey.
But no, someone posted a video in Milsom West General Interest about like with the grenade. They like charged up and made a really cool grenade push. But I remember seeing that happen, and like there was some cool moments that happened in there from my perspective, and then I went back to like check the footage, and I was all excited, and then I was just like, nope. Or there was another time where like a Vant team came around a corner, like vanted up, but they weren't facing me, and I'm like over here, so the entire stack is just like not looking at me, and I just was like,
just hose them, yeah.
And then I'm like all excited. I'm like, yes, this is gonna be the intro to the video. It'll be really great. And then I go look at my cameras, and turns out I had pressed head cam. Like I pressed record thinking it was off, and it was actually already recording. So it stopped recording. And then the scope cam file was but that's just the way it is. It just goes.
Need like a heads-up display that tells you
It seems like
what
cameras
are
are even less,
recording.
cameras are just less reliable than guns, it seems, which is kind of surprising
Well,
considering you
Yeah, I was gonna say
run
for
only machine
airsoft,
guns.
that's an accomplishment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
to
the
get them
thing
all working at the same time is insane, dude.
Yeah.
I only have 2 cameras, and all the time I'm screwing it up.
Well, that's what I tell people. That like probably the number one thing or question, oh, how do like I want to make airsoft videos or I want to make XYZ. It's like why aren't there other videos? It's like there is a lot going on just to make airsoft work, right? Like you go to a weekend, if your guns work the entire weekend, you're probably stuff goes wrong that you are not going to last doing it. So
If you're just there for the content, like it's never gonna be a good time, especially with how much crap can happen in airsoft.
and then that's not even covering like, oh, let's make my cameras work all, and then not just one camera but a scope cam and then on top of that, like actually go and achieve entertaining footage or
Well, I know that was a big part of why, like, not to throw Level Cap under the bus, but like he quit airsoft because like he couldn't get the content he needed out of it.
Turns out it's pretty much harder than gaming.
Yeah, like it actually really sucks to get like consistent airsoft content, and he was having a lot of problems with that.
Yeah, I feel that on a spiritual and emotional and physical level in my body. But I don't know. I think that's just one of those things where you can sit here and you can talk about it, but it's like you as a person, you have to figure it out. And like if that's your goal, like you just got to make it happen because it's not going to go the perfect way, but I feel like it's more of just like a giant, you're like crash landing a ship the entire weekend and trying to make sure that like you don't completely boof the landing and make it out alive, I guess, if you will, i.e. your cameras are all working and your gun doesn't blow up and you do cool stuff and have fun, and I don't know. Yeah, it's
Well, that's why GunGamers doesn't do gameplay video.
That's right. Not to mention the fact that I 100% understand why people like do more open play, like do footage of open plays, like you especially.
Oh yeah.
Just because it's way easier to be able to go back to your fucking car.
Oh.
Or how about just 15-minute timetables for like, okay, we're recording 15 minutes or 30 minutes, whatever at extreme, not 2-3 days of like,
And you got to carry all those batteries and memory cards with you.
It's not even about. It's just for me, it's just making sure you don't break your cameras or bump your scope camera or like. How about
bump
not
that
break
camera and it's over for like the next 12 hours.
How about not break your box mag? That's like the number one. I feel like a lot of people maybe in the chat can.
I can relate to the frustrations of running machine guns. Mostly spilling box mags.
Yeah, your PKM has exploded its box mag open several times with me watching and laughing. But
fuck you, Ian.
Like I run the douchiest stoner 63 that exists, and I have problems. Like
Yes.
Average stoner user.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where's
stoner
Riley? Average GMR lit from Florida.
Average Toshu wear.
Exactly. But I've had that thing shit the bed 3 times on me, and all of it has been like just at the end of a Milsim West. It's like this is expensive to continue to maintain.
Also, TF Keg is life, and I will be doing the TF Keg kit. I just saw the comments. I logged in. I've said I will do it for so long. Like, there's never been a point where I'm like, oh, I don't know, man.
I know, but now we have it on the record. And
I will post it. I've told Tori so many times. I'm like, I will do it.
No, but like now it's like on the GunGamers channel. So now like we could just like pull up this timestamp, be like, yo, bro, what's up?
I just need to. What is it? The IOTV? Is that the rig?
IOTV or SPCS? The SPCS I think is nicer, or the IOTV Gen 4 is, oh my god, super nice. That would be a much more modern kit than like most of Keg, but to be honest, like half of us are looking to do more modern stuff anyway. So
I just talk with my cousin who's in the. I have a cousin in the National Guard, and just be like, hey, give me.
Oh yeah, just have him crash a truck and
Honestly,
pick up whatever falls off.
Yeah. Just have them just roll over an LMTV and steal all the shit out of the bag.
I have like a full uniform sitting over here somewhere. I don't think it fits me at all, so.
No.
I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do with it.
Keg is life.
IOTV's life, man.
Yeah.
People shit
Keg is life. And we did have someone in the chat ask if you were coming to Overture, and the answer right now is we're gonna try.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna try and make it happen.
Yeah,
I've actually.
I'm gonna try to bully.
One of my kids
too.
from
It'll
Baba Slava is in the chat. It's the final 11. The final 11
Yeah.
people who managed to.
Redhead
Slava?
Metalhead.
That's
Brave,
awesome.
brave
Yeah.
soldiers of Balaslava. That was I had so much fun at that event.
I had a
don't
great
care
time.
what anyone said.
Is that the one where everyone quit?
Yes, that is.
How about
I had a
Friday?
So
kid.
wait, what happened? I don't understand. Why did everyone just peace out?
And here's the thing. Not everybody quit. It was mainly like 2 platoons, and mine was one of them.
Well, that sounds like a lot of people.
Yeah, between the 2 platoons, we lost like 65 or 70 people. So having talked with the guys on the ASAP podcast about this, I don't necessarily think it had anything to do with weather, because it ended up like not raining and pretty much not raining a ton, and pretty much everybody who like was there and did quit was like well prepared for that weather. It was some incidentals when it came to medical related stuff or just like unaccompanied minors and stuff like that. But for the most part, it was just people who were getting real poopy about the gunfights being fucking savage for like the first 8 hours of the game.
That was the
Damn,
most I ever shot. I shot more BBs on Friday night than I shot all of Guardian Center game.
Yeah, it was wild,
Holy
man.
shit.
I was.
I'm
Like,
sad I
laughed
missed
too
that.
hard
I'm
by
so
Russell?
mad I missed
Oh,
that.
we were. There's just so much shit being thrown at either team. Like the first night trying to take the berm that Alfonse was on while he hosed me in half with his 240 was
Allegedly.
allegedly. You're trying to hurt my friends. It was ridiculous. There was like wave assaults, like Stalingrad-esque wave assaults taking place.
Yeah, it was a very intense by both teams. There was like, it was. I'm pretty sure that the objective for Rust 4 was like, hey, we're gonna infill and then we're gonna take this spot, and we're gonna like kick NATO out, and
that didn't happen.
That
That didn't
we were
fucking
like,
happen.
I was like, I am not moving my ruck. Like I
Yeah.
had a nice Saturn view over there in the parking lot that I made my little bed inside, and I was like, hell or high water, I am moving my damn ruck. Like this is not happening.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, it's like 4:45 in the morning, and I'm like, the firefigh's still going on. What is going on? Like there was no break. It was just a constant And if I there'd be like one time, I'd walk away, and then all of a sudden like a big Rust 4 push would happen, and then somebody's machine gun would go down or something, and it was just like there was no time to take any break at all. Mr. Sean was very motivated to push that that school bus that was right there. If you know what I'm talking about.
Prosen, he was very tired by the time that I walked up to him, because I didn't sleep at all that first night. It was like
I slept like 2 hours at 7 a.m. basically.
Yeah, pretty
Is
much
it a
like
small
5 to 7.
AO? How
No,
were they
it's
able to-
fucking huge.
So how are they able to push so often and so many times?
We had a CCP.
There was
set
like
up.
a wood line.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wish I could. I feel like, can I share my screen? I could open footage and show you, but maybe we don't need to do that.
I mean,
I-
if
That would
you
be
want
pretty
to,
fire,
That would be
yeah.
kind of sweet. Yeah.
Well, let's keep talking. I'll while we're talking, I will look up.
Can you throw it up on the screen, Ian?
Yeah,
Like
if
make
you- yeah, I
Alfonse's
can.
thing
Yeah,
the
yeah,
main.
for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, Jamie, can you pull that up?
Hey Jamie, yeah, let me.
We'll get the guys from the crew to handle it.
Yeah, right.
MSW240. No, there was some crazy. This is the thing about the AO was, it was kind of separated. There's some really cool spots, but they were definitely separated by like a main road, and one of them you had to pretty much drive. Like in it, there was no way like the game could just naturally flow from one side to the other.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, we did
So-
have to make some major because there was like a main like public access road that split the AO in half, and there was a point at which myself and the rest of Alpha Company and Rust 4 kind of just walked that main MSR and had random just people walking by or driving by
Damn.
rather.
So is this like a World War I situation here? You hear the whistle go off, and then like 100 dudes just like run out of the tree line.
You're
and-
honestly not that far off.
Oh
Um,
shit!
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what it sounds like.
Like Bastogne from Band of Brothers, or
So
like all insanity.
I can actually be real cool here for a second if I... Where's the Streamlabs? Display. Here we go. New scene. I can bring this up and stream this. So this is the actual AO itself, displayed in WinTAC. And like during the first night, let's see if you guys can see it or not.
I don't know if I see it. Although I also don't have this live. Oh, there we go. I see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, essentially the way it started night one is that our parking lot was over here. We ended up getting all our shit together, loading onto a bunch of buses and U-Hauls, and taking the quote-unquote U-Haul flight path and then dropping into this area, basically just pushing everybody off the vehicles. The good people of NATO...
Jeez.
The good people of NATO had a... So the berm isn't necessarily displayed here, but there's a berm right in this area that Alfonse and all of his homies were set up on. And then over here, there was a shitload of cars that were parked and a Saturn VU that Alfonse was living inside of, I think. So when we ended up dropping, we had a CCP set up in this area, and we did a bunch of pushes down through the actual forested area itself. And obviously we encountered Alfonse and the rest of Mayhem in those cars down here. But our actual goal for this was to take the plane that was situated right here and then clear the NATO guys that were on this berm. And the thinking that Josh had when we initially did that, let me switch back over to regular view. So the thinking that Josh had, and like everybody else when we were planning out the event, is that because Rust 4 had like an 80-person advantage, that advantage would give us the capability to actually make that push. When those
advantage.
When that 80, well, when those 80 people evaporated, when they decided to leave.
Yeah, when they all
Oh
quit.
yeah, I forgot about
Doesn't
that.
matter anymore.
Yeah, that advantage disappeared, and that advantage didn't really help to begin with, considering like we just weren't able to push through because they had fantastic positioning with a lot of their defensive fighting positions. Our CCP just couldn't make a dent. A lot of our guys weren't super motivated. A lot of guns went down, and in all reality, like after we had done our initial jump in, a lot of the like newer people on Rust 4 just completely got separated from their leadership, so we weren't able to consolidate people to make big pushes. I had a point at the night where I made like a call over the radio, like, you all ran off like chimps, and I'm able to assemble like 9 people from 4 different squads to make a push. Please come back to the CCP.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. That I think the Friday night firefight that was intense.
Oh yeah.
That was probably what was it? 11 to 5 a.m. So it was like a 6-hour firefight.
Yeah, it was 6 to 8 hours of just
I remember
fighting.
Yeah, I remember like it was like 5 a.m. and I remember just looking over and looking around and being like, "Wow, like I'm dead."
That feeling when one firefight is longer than most Airsoft games continuous play.
Yeah, and I can't imagine like it. I play Airsoft every weekend, and I would consider myself in pretty reasonable shape. So I'm kind of sitting there thinking, like, man, like if I didn't do this every weekend, I can imagine like
8 eggs, dog.
I'd just be dead. I was dead. So I'm like, man, it must.
Well, you were also wearing body armor and a helmet.
Oh yeah, I was also wearing full armor kit just so I could have the 2 tourniquets.
My God.
That was the wrong choice for that AO, homie.
Nah, two tourniquets is always the right choice. I did recon at
Amen.
Guardian Center with my body armor and helmet, and it was fine.
That's right.
What did I cover? Like 15 miles or something over the course of a couple days there? That was fucking great.
So just for like comparison between Guardian Center and this AO, like the difference in size. Like
Yeah, Guardian Center is smaller than people
Guardian
think
Center is a lot smaller than people think it is, but like Griffin Group,
It's a lot
which
of
is,
fun,
yeah,
but it's smaller.
Well, so Griffin Group, who hosted Baba Slava, the actual size of like the area that we were able to use was orders of magnitude larger than Guardian Center. It was fucking enormous.
I'd run plates there. I'm so in.
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
You guys out of your minds?
I carried my full sustainment ruck up the tallest mountain in New York State, and I wore plates.
All right, Eric, you're in great shape. We know.
This.
Thanks.
It's so great.
You're a goddamn hero.
You too, Alphonse. You and me, we're the real fucking heroes here, I guess.
How do I share my screen?
I don't know.
I think you can do it. Oh my god.
Oh, it's on the bottom of the
Yes, it's on the
Skype.
bottom. It's a little arrow
Let's see,
in the
chat,
middle of the
Share
share
rectangle.
screen. Yeah.
All right, now I have to take. Oh, my computer's.
Now you
making
just need
noise.
to only focus on Alfonse and put that on the screen.
That's right. I can do that.
Yeah.
Do it up.
I
I
think.
want to see this footage. I'm still so salty I couldn't go to this game.
Okay.
I feel like
think
I never
this
get to have
will
sick
work.
games like this in Cali.
Is that my screen right there?
Well, we've been over this in a previous episode of the podcast that East Coast Airsoft is just better.
Yeah, it is.
Let's
It definitely
try and bring
is.
that up. So you're sharing that. Let's see if I can bring that up. Which is your source?
Come on, let's get
So
it.
number 3. That's your face. Let's focus on Alphonse real quick.
Yes, yes.
Instead, you know what? We're just gonna open up the new scene.
Oh god,
Here.
that's so big.
Phrasing?
Okay, let's see Alphonse's screen. Where is it, buddy?
Wait, is it sharing?
Yeah, it's sharing your screen, but it's sharing the wrong monitor, I think.
Oh my god. Screen share.
Bear with us, people.
At one point, there will be some sick footage. Oh wait, it almost seemed like it was happening.
Desktop. Does that work? Did that change anything?
No.
I see something.
I see things.
I see GoPro and a bunch of. Yeah, I see the video thing. I think. Yeah.
It's covering the whole screen now.
I see R something. It's like.
Dude, this is not working. Holy crap.
Oh, Alphonse just on the struggle
Just-
bus right here.
Just
maybe
choose
if I
screen to
turn-
share.
So
Yeah,
one of the
go
questions from
to
chat was there more or less
desktop.
blank fire than usual? One thing I've noticed with
Right.
That's our
MSW.
boy Will from Keg.
That's right. One thing with MSW is that Rust 4 tends to have a substantially greater number of people running blank fire than NATO did. From my
It was a
understanding,
blank fire 249.
yeah. So a friend of the channel had his blank fire saw at Babaslava, but that was the only blank fire gun on NATO.
There it
there we
is.
go.
I will say, real quick, shout out to Will. He's running the TF Keg Fitness Challenge. If you want to
Not
get
be fat.
rewarded and potentially win a really cool prize for getting yourself in better shape, check out that dude. His stuff is all on Facebook. I'll let him plug more of it in the chat.
So I'm guessing this is Saturday.
Okay, yeah, this was Saturday morning, but so it's hard to see right here, but the cars are right over there.
Yeah, I see him.
And this is so when you were saying, oh, Alphonse was on the berm, I actually had shifted right in this little spot here. So if you can see that wood line right there, that's basically where Rust 4 was.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the cars to the left, it was essentially just like push out of the wood line in a battle for these Tacomas that were right there. But
Yeah,
this
so
This is sick,
about-
man. What the hell?
About I
That
don't
place
know,
is
like-
so sweet.
there's a berm about 100 yards in front of your position that I was pretty much in all Friday night.
Yeah.
Attempting to put this berm right here.
There's the fire, the alleged fire truck and all the Tacomas. But basically, so at night, this was where there was a 5-hour firefight from, essentially just where those cars were. It was very close. Like there was no other place to go. Oh, this is
Yeah.
Yeah, and you've just got that whole brick wall, and the chain link is like cutting off where people can come in and out.
Yeah,
We didn't
you have
even
to, like,
use
go
that
around
area.
and
Like
get
that
killed.
entire
Really?
part past the chain link. Yeah, I don't even know if it was in play or not, but we didn't use it.
Gotcha.
was
I was
out of
assuming
that
people
wood
had to move
line-
through there, and I'm like, oh god, I don't like the sound of that.
Out of
my
that wood
audio
line, we had
included?
like 130 people pushing through. Let's hear it. Yeah, I can hear it.
And there's I mean, this was pretty intense. So this was that like extra. This was the area you had to drive to, but it was pretty cool.
Mhm.
This is just classic Milsim West. There's just pandemonium. There's
Oh, here we
people everywhere dead.
Yeah, just so
Oh my
many dead
God.
bodies. Holy hell!
So you guys.
How
had
many
hit
people
that
were
the
at
night
this game?
Ooh,
Yeah, this is just-
500 or 600?
Man, that's so
this
big.
absolute hero.
Oh, it's a main character.
This is just like this is Milsim West. When I think
main
Milsim West, it's
character.
like look at this dead guy. There's so much smoke going off in the background.
Oh yeah. So
Spencer Wessels is just hanging out right there.
Spencer avoiding getting yet another tooth shot out. I can bring up. I can actually show where this is happening as well.
Yeah. Might as well. Yeah. Hold on. Let me figure.
And Christian, good question. We don't know where Corey is either. He might have died.
Corey,
Yeah.
why aren't you here? We need Corey.
Correct.
Yeah, Corey died.
Corey, please.
So, let's see if I
Oh,
can
hold on.
stream that. There we go.
I think he's just still listening to the cover of the Chain by Chain to the Bottom of the Ocean, and he just hasn't stopped since this afternoon.
Basically, what took place during that assault, because I'm guessing that was Sunday.
That
was,
was
like, the
that
final
moment
fight.
was like the final fight.
Yeah,
right?
so
One of some different ones.
NATO had, pretty much all of their battalion, which is like 200 to 300 people, get bussed
Actually,
down to this area,
shit.
and then pushed through into our objective down here.
I can find there's a segment I'm pretty sure where Corey comes charging over a hill, very
Oh.
triumphantly. If I can find the clip, I remember.
He's still out on that hill to this day.
He's still.
That's actually where he is now.
Yeah.
No, I got blown up by a frag. I think it might have been Corey who threw it, but yeah, it was just a really intense battle, and then all of a sudden, he just came valiantly running
Just
over the
barreling over the hill.
No, it was beautiful. I think. Oh my God, I gotta flip the perspective on this.
Those are
Yes.
all of my favorite moments at Milsim West, though, where you have like a really crazy, amazing, intense firefight, and then like someone like comes up, and it's like, "Oh, it was you son of a bitch!"
Wait, what's it right here? I can't tell. Hold on.
Ian, I'm so sad you were not at Caspian Breakout back in 2017, where me and like a bunch of the other GunGamers guys, we were on militia, and we just got hammered at Buffalo Wild Wings the night before the game.
That sounds like a
and
good time.
Oh,
And we were drinking
Brave
with all the
Corey.
Grom dudes.
Oh my God.
Oh, that sounds awesome. Yeah, that was
And then they
before.
just
That's actually
fucking
before I
wiped us the next
met
day.
up with you guys and started working with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've actually even looked at this clip.
Oh God, I gotta see this. We all get to see the live
this
reaction.
is a premiere, first viewing.
You saw it here first on the
Yeah.
GunGamers YouTube channel.
Yeah, like so. This was a huge ass battle, and there was a bunch of, stuff before this. But this was just the end where I died for the first time. How do I'm sure. Let me share my screen again. And yeah, there we go. And Corey was on the other side of the berm. Is it showing again?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, I got it.
Oh yeah, I remember. This was like mid-Saturday. Yeah.
So brave Kegman and
I would 100% just saw Corey throw that frag.
I think yeah. Hold on, let me. So
Yeah,
like,
that's that's
Is that
100%
his little
Corey.
head right there?
That
We
is
were getting-
so Corey.
we were getting flanked right here, and then yeah, they came right up. No, that wasn't Corey. Who is that?
Nope.
Enhance.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Is that? Oh, yeah. That's not Corey. That's not Corey. Who the fuck is that?
If anything, I don't know. He had this. Okay, well, no, that it comes in from off screen. If you see.
No, you know what? That's one of the
Look at that
That's
Nola
one of
Gay.
the guys who are running like police kit.
Okay, that guy didn't throw the grenade. It came in from off screen, so it could have well been
Rip,
Corey.
rip.
And then-
It is in my head canon that Corey threw that grenade.
Yeah.
Is it? Okay.
That'll be
well, here
the
comes,
established lore.
hold on, here comes Corey. Here comes Corey. Wait for it. Any second now. I just don't want to like skip over it.
Yeah. Well,
Oh.
but then also people are probably like waiting. Oh, look
I
at
was
that.
hoping. Oh,
Look at that dude
there
with
he
the
is.
head
There
wrap.
he is. Look at
There
this
he
little
is.
head.
That's Corey. That's
Yeah,
100% Corey.
Like a little gopher peeking up over the thing.
He's like the groundhog. He's like, is there 6 more weeks of NATO, or have we
Yeah.
cleared
These,
this out?
these heroes with the pistols.
Oh my god, dude, what is this?
That was
What a
yeah.
fucking
So
king.
the thing with Slava is that the gunfights, they had a substantial like
There he is.
lull between them, but when they
Oh.
did happen, they were fucking ridiculous, and that is a perfect example of it being ridiculous.
Damn, dude, that looks so hype, man. This is the kind of milsim I want to go to. And
Yeah, East Coast
I
Milsim's
love,
the shit.
Yeah, I love George Air Force Base, but you really don't get situations like
George Air
this
Force Base is
over
fun.
there.
Having been there, it's definitely a super interesting event to go to, even though it's decrepit and filled with meth users. But
Yes.
Yeah.
And dead bodies
Random.
sometimes.
PDG guy laid in the field.
oh, man.
But yeah, so it's just hard to like paint a picture. But this is the second area where there was all the berms, and this was basically Saturday's big battle where I
hold on, I have to fucking open WinTech again. We had entire like objectives set up and like an entire GRG. So this was just south of where the plane was.
So it turns out though, this was basically you guys were so close to pretty much like this was our fallback. This was our fob area, and I had just walked like 20 feet from where I just died. And if you guys would have just kept pushing, or there wasn't that ceasefire, you probably would have just killed us all. But like I don't know, we just held this last little bit of whatever this is that you want to call it.
That ceasefire was a little sus. Like it got called for a fire.
I was like, come on.
Why was there a ceasefire?
There was one of those magical smoke fires that gets caused, but it was small enough that one dude could have pissed on it and it would have been fine.
Well, I understand the abundance of caution though, because they're hosting on a new AO. They're trying to build a
Listen,
good
I get it, and
relationship.
it was very dry Saturday. That being said, I'm still a little salty that we got completely stalled out.
I mean, I see some green there. It doesn't look dry to me.
It had also just rained, I will say that. Like, just rained. Like, 20 minutes beforehand,
Airsoft!
just rained.
Oh, on my Premiere Pro showing. Oh no, my Premiere Pro is showing.
Is this spoilers for the next video?
Oh no, I'm hopefully posting this tomorrow. It's actually pretty funny. This was from the AMS game.
Yeah, Iron Horse, right? How was that?
I had a great time, but that's because I was running around with my two friends. I can just show you a clip that would personify.
You were with some of the Mayhem guys, right? Like, I'm not gonna say their last names. Was Josh one of them?
Yes.
Okay.
I was with
Nice.
Josh and Jack. These are just really cool. Here, I can play it, I think.
Are you like flexing a watch on there? Like, what are you wearing?
No, that's not me. That's my friend.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, it looks like you're wearing a fucking rollie.
So I was using the MG4. And
How is that, by the way?
It's pretty good. I mean, well, hold on. I there's a lot I have a lot to say about it. It's very plasticky, but again, there's a lot of cool features. Like you can see the box mag off the side there. It looks really cool. But there's an internal magazine, which is pretty much what I would call the coolest feature of the gun. And
they share that feature with the VFC Mark 48, don't they?
It's exactly the same as the VFC Mark 48, just a MG4 basically.
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
What does that
100% say that this is Jack and not Josh, based off of the wrist wear.
Yeah. If you see, he's got that pimp. It's not loading properly because it's not rendered, but there's a dude. Jack was on Goblin mode. Like just watch this.
Oh my god! Oh my god! None of those people were ready. Oh my god!
Surprise, motherfuckers!
Wow! Just nobody was ready.
No, yeah, and then I filmed a lot of like there's a lot of I had night vision camera.
Oh, that's hot.
Oh, dude.
Is that the Ray
people
Explorer
are so
night vision
lax
recorder?
at night too.
Yeah, they just wait till you see some of this. But like look at this guy. He's a brave hero right here.
Oh no.
It's too loud for the music. But it was like the entire building. We just walked up into a building and.
So I was talking to it was either Josh or Jack about this beforehand, and they were saying that like they just like most of the people didn't have night vision, so they got completely rolled.
Even the people with night, I don't know. That was like the first AMS night game that I actually had fun at. And maybe that's just because I was running around with people who are intelligent and did night things very effectively. But like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you have to have a good night squad. That is the one thing I kind of learned from running night vision, like with the homies. Is anytime you're by yourself doing night vision stuff is terrible. And
also Guardian Center. I mean, like, it's hard to fuck that up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
It's a good AO. Although, how many people did they have at AMS?
They had a lot, I thought.
It was just about 800 as well.
Oh my god.
pretty-
Okay.
Yeah, it was. It played differently for sure. I definitely had more fun probably at Milsim West, but I think this is like classic Airsoft, right? It's like who you're with dictates your experience so much.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I don't know if you can still see my screen, but this so this is kind of like where that battle was. There's just several berms, and there's this giant field that you guys just kind of made a push through. But no one was paying attention. Like some of my teammates were yelling at me, like, "Alfonse, look left, look right, left," and then I'm like, there were dudes right here popping up, like look at this guy.
Yeah, there's dudes like right there.
They're literally right there, and no one was aware of. Yeah, like okay, the scope cam of this is pretty funny, but like you can see there's literally dudes right here.
Yep.
And my friend's yelling at me, he's like, "Watch the left." I'm like, "Bro, they are right there."
Yeah,
Fix
but the
it,
whole
fix it, fix
other
it, fix
thing
it,
was
fix
a
it.
separate thing.
Oh god. What'd I do?
Yeah.
Yeah, you shut down the
ended
entire
the
podcast.
I didn't mean to do anything. Okay.
I didn't rig shit. Oh
Okay.
God.
We're still live.
Yeah.
We're still good. We're good. We're good.
Yeah, but
We're
we're
good?
not on the same thing. We have to like get everyone back in.
Damn. That's
Ian, come on.
Ian.
You're
Ian.
ruined it.
we got 3 viewers, baby. Let's go.
We got 3 of them.
My whole screen is. Why is my whole? Okay.
I know.
Hold
Well,
on,
you're
hold
sharing
on.
your gun, so.
I'm gonna go back into the discussion group and let everyone know technical difficulties.
Are we
We're
back?
back.
We got 8 now.
We're still live.
Ian.
Oh, people are coming back. Okay.
So okay, this is the VFC Mark 48.
Yes.
I'd say the biggest downside to this is it's really light, like really light, like
Well,
body.
how heavy is it? Because I feel like that's all. Lightness is all relative.
Dog, aren't you deadlifting like 5
Can
plates?
I run it?
Isn't it only like 10 pounds unloaded?
Yeah. No, okay. This one looks extreme. Like this, it looks fantastic. Feels fantastic. So far, I used it the whole weekend.
You're very quiet, by the way.
Well, he's stepped away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Not the gun. Yeah.
Just,
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Shoots fantastic. Made it through a whole weekend. Probably one of the first LMGs that I used a whole weekend. Haven't upgraded it and did pretty good. But I will say it's like one of those things where it depends what you're looking for. So if you're a hardcore milsim guy that wants, realistic feeling machine gun, this is not it.
Okay.
Yeah, belt moves. This is probably the best performing out of the stock ones so far, but it is very light. It is to a T. Like it looks great. But if you were expecting it to feel 20 pounds, you're gonna be like, what is this toy?
No, just by
Alright,
the
so
way,
the one
you want a
you-
20-pound machine gun.
Is this the one that you had in the video recently that you post on Instagram where you're shooting into the little stream?
Yeah. This belt move. Wow.
Yeah.
1 million views on TikTok. I'm like, what the hell? Why?
Damn, dude.
No,
Rake it in those
Box
views.
On Tic Tac.
Oh, it's got the right Mark 48 box mag, so that's good.
Ian, we don't have the right layout. I don't think.
No, we're just focusing on Alfonse right now.
Oh, okay. I
show the
just
gun.
wanted to make
Yeah.
sure. I just wanted to make sure that was intentional.
No, we can go back to the regular layout.
No. I just I don't trust you anymore. So.
I didn't break it.
We only have half the viewers that we had before, so
It'll be fine.
God,
It'll be
Ian.
fine.
I blame Ian.
You'll have to retitle this
Okay,
part
we have-
2.
Now this is the VFC, and I will say the VFC one.
Or is it Lambda or VFC?
Lambda? Sorry. Lambda.
Okay, so
the
the-
barrel of the Lambda weighs like the exact same amount of the entire VFC gun, like just the barrel on the Lambda.
Yeah.
Like if I haven't done a whole like thing on it, but just this, pretty much weighs the same as this, which is like
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah. So I would probably like the Lambda better then, just for like feeling more realistic. And yeah, I'll have to jack up the internals to make it like work properly, but I'd rather do that.
Yeah, but I will say the Lambda sucked butthole.
Yes, that's
absolute butthole internally. Like,
that's what I've heard.
I've heard that the consistency has been very off in terms of like some like my hop-up unit.
Sounds like Airsoft.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. This feels really, really nice. Like this is probably the most solid Airsoft machine gun I've. If you picked it up, you know. I can't remember. You didn't pick it up when we were at Copperhead. Ask Nigel from Elite Force. He picked it up and he was not happy with it. But
yeah,
it's very.
Well, we have one of the keg guys, another Eric actually, who owns the Lambda, and he had to like gut the whole thing to make it work, but it feels awesome.
Oh yeah, it feels great.
And Scott Peter Rowan, that's the Lambda Defense Mark 48.
And just to put it into perspective, I would say this is the A and K one that I built, which is probably like somewhere in between.
Yeah.
The Lambda and the VFC. Obviously, it's not the VFC. It's just a normal.
Well, with what A and Ks are going for from the factory now, by the time you converted it, you'd be at Lambda VFC money.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and I would say this is probably the best performing one out of all of them. Just be like, because obviously.
Well, it's Polar Star.
Yeah, this is the F2 in it, and it definitely like if you were to look at these.
Always work.
Like you kind of look at this and you'd be like, wow, that's a piece of shit, compared to like you got the VFC one.
I mean, they all kind of look the same
fact that
to
you
me.
have 3 Mark 48s, which are just a very niche versions of the saw.
Look at the camera, like just on this shitty camera I have, like you could just see like that looks pretty nice.
Yeah, it's nicer
it does.
Than the NK,
definitely does.
Like that.
And
it looks even nicer in person. I will.
Is it all metal too?
No, it's a hybrid. See, that's what.
Oh, okay, that's why it's super light.
The feed tray. Also, I guess you want to see like it's got this. Be careful. But yeah, this internal magazine is actually really cool, and it's probably one of the cool new features of this. And this is the same thing with MG4. Like you could run this without the box mag, which
yeah, but why would you want to?
Well, hear me out, right? If you were like doing some, you wanted to make like a long belt, and you had like a
Oh hell yeah! You want to do some Rambo shit?
Yeah, like you were just like ah.
Okay, fine, fair.
Now I will say I wish it weighed more. Then that would be totally fine. But just the fact that you can do it, I probably wouldn't do that. But it's just kind of cool.
But you could.
How's the box mag with the
and
Lambda?
you should.
I know that's like a GNP style box mag rather than A&K.
I can show. Let me show you.
We're just making Alfonse like get all of his guns out.
Please bring out your entire collection of LMGs.
Yeah. Tell us in excruciating detail. Answer all of our questions.
Well, you have 3 different variants of the same niche machine gun.
I'm somewhat of a niche man myself.
I'm something of a scientist myself.
Hold on, I'll get the third. I'll get my actual.
Oh man.
Oh,
well, it's fucking cool because the actual is that an actual Mark 48 or no?
Welcome to the GunGamers podcast
this
where we bully people more popular than us into showing us all their cool toys.
That's right.
And the real one's like what, like a $250
So here's what's
piece of
here's
nylon,
that. I
essentially.
paid like $300 a piece for this, which is just it's just an empty shell.
Oh my god.
And this is the one that I've used like for probably 3 years now. Like this, and it's worked flawlessly. And then this is the Lambda, and like you can see
it's a little bit shorter.
Yeah, it's just a hair shorter. I mean, but like for what it is, it looks.
Yeah,
I was
pretty spot on.
Way worse. Yeah, and then obviously
the replication is really good.
Yeah, obviously this one is the A&K, so I have it, side feed. I didn't like chop off the, authentic Mark 48 doesn't have a mag insert. And then this is like, so GMP on the top there. And I added some tape just to prevent the wobble, because if this thing isn't perfectly aligned, because it's so heavy when you fill this thing up, that it can not feed. Just a slight off center like that, and it'll stop feeding. But
yeah, my GMP Mark 46 does the same shit.
This is
comes LMGs.
It comes as an AEG with a PKM wire harness. So like.
Oh, that's so much better.
Yeah, it's really that like again, like I said in the review video, really nice that it comes like that, even with an AEG. You know, so they made some really great steps, you know, forward. And then this, I would equate this to like Japanese space magic because, you know, they got so it's not even wired. They're just using
Yeah, it's got contacts.
And the feed tube is kind of strange, but again, I used it a whole weekend and it worked. Not a single misfeed. Every time I pulled the trigger, it worked.
Okay.
Days, which is better than I could say for most, you know, machine guns. And if you can see here, I can probably show you where it like attaches.
Yeah.
So the belt, there's like a recoil mechanism in this, kind of like the TM that makes this go back and forth. Which I will say, the belt, it's kind of like it's pretty meh in terms of belt.
Gimmicky.
Yeah, the TM definitely belt. In fact, I could demonstrate both for you real quick if I plugged in a battery, but
we won't bully you that hard. You've done enough.
But yeah, it's real simple. It just snaps in, and then you take this little hose, and then it just clips in. Right.
Oh, that's real simple.
If I could.
Yeah, it just clips into the feed
So
tray.
what you're telling us is to buy the VFC version for performance and the Lambda version if you want to hate yourself.
Yeah. So, well, again, though, I've only used this one weekend, and I haven't ripped it apart yet, which I will. But like, if you are expecting big, thick machine gun, and you're like going for your impression kit, and you want it to be spot on, and you don't really care that much about how it shoots, then 100% the Lambda. Now, I think the Lambda still shoots pretty well. Like, I made it shoot well. Is it perfect? No. But like, yeah, this definitely will not satisfy your I want a big heavy machine gun. But if you're kind of meh about that, and like, you know, you start throwing on the L-can, and you throw, you know, but I think it holds like 6,000 rounds or something absurd. It's like you fill it up.
Yeah, so loaded, the weight is probably pretty decent.
Yeah, and you put all the cameras on, blah blah blah. Now you're getting heavy, pretty cool. But if it's just like, if you're gonna run it like this with no optic, I mean, like.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's a pistol.
Like, oh, yeah, guys.
Yeah. If you've touched a weight in your life, that gun is nothing.
No, yeah,
I might need one of those. Well, how much is the internal magazine?
How much
800?
is this is much more thick.
Well, the internal magazine on the Mark 48's what, like 800?
800, I believe. 800 or 600.
So it's the same then on the...
It's the same as the...
MG4.
Yeah. Damn, dude. It's hot. Just the RPG.
Yeah. There's just so much shit.
Casual RPG.
You have MG4, which...
Ooh.
If you like Battlefield, you love this. I will say it's the same... It's almost like they side-by-side developed these two projects at the same time.
Oh, they must have, because they definitely wanted to recycle that effort. You know how much it costs to make molds and shit?
Exactly. It's like you got the machining and all that stuff. So the video that I was gonna post tomorrow, or if it doesn't go tomorrow, but I used this, you know, at AMS, and it worked pretty well. It shot like a stock machine gun, but it did work. So I will say I think the VFC shot slightly better. The Mark 48 shot more accurately than this one did. I don't know.
Okay.
Have you opened up have you looked at the internals between the two of them to see if they're identical or no?
I have taken this one completely apart. In the hotel room with Nigel, the day before I used it, we took this thing completely apart to try and see if I could upgrade it, but we couldn't figure out how to get the barrel out for some reason.
I would honestly, I would put down a decent amount of money that internally those guns are at least 90% identical.
Okay, and I have taken apart the Mark 48 though. I just haven't pulled the gearbox out, but I will say that there is a really nice the hop-up unit in the VFC Mark 48 is pretty nice. I forget the acronym for it. It's like an over-center
TDC.
So
TDC,
top down.
TDC hop-up unit, and I think
that explains the difference in accuracy you were seeing. I bet.
100%, and I'm not exaggerating. Like, and it's kind of sad because on camera, because there's the recoil, the scope camera footage from my last weekend I used, it kind of looks like shit. It's like,
yeah, it's all shaky.
But in person, you know, it shoots. I was like, wow, this is pretty good. You know, I had a great time. Versus the MG4 was just basically, I would compare it exactly to an A&K stock hop-up unit. It couldn't overhop 3.2s. You know, it had enough to hop them. But like, if you've ever had an A&K 249, just without modding it to flat hop or anything.
Yeah.
The max hop up you will be able to get with the stock spring is you won't be able to overhop 3 2s.
I mean, you're lucky if you can hop 2 8s or 3s
Exactly.
with stock A and K.
I just go right to 2s. I skip all the foreplay.
Yeah.
The VFC.
Well, you run like 4 6s in your HPA guns, don't you?
I like 4 O's.
Okay.
Best LMG to keep stock, Will Roar asks. None of them.
None of them. But so far, I would okay, I don't want to say this and then it just like shits the bed or something this weekend.
Yeah. We won't hold you to it.
I've used
This is
a
a
lot
bad
of
omen.
guns, and I paid for this in my own money. Like I ordered it from Red Wolf. It was $1,100. I paid my own money for it, and like I would probably say that the VFC Mark 48, despite it feeling like a toy, which I mean
In terms of performance, though.
Performance, and again, it was only one weekend, but like I was pretty satisfied with it. It definitely shot better than the A&K. And the GMP, my GMP, when I had that one, it just died before I even made it through like 1,000 rounds. Oh,
dude, my GMP Mark 46 has just been a absolute disaster.
I haven't had so Kaylee, you can kind of back this up because you're actually the person I got my GMP Stoner from. But that thing out of the box is actually not terrible.
Yes.
It was pretty solid.
Yeah, it was chill, and when I shot it outside, it ran really well, and it was fun to use.
Apparently, they put all their effort in the Stoner and had none left for the Mark 46.
Well, I mean, apparently Ian's had like problems with it nonstop since I shipped it.
Well, yeah,
him,
but
so
he
I
had
don't know
it
how that
gutted
is.
and he had it gutted and upgraded the second it came from the factory, so we can't even say that's GMP's fault.
It was more so just
Worked
the motor
well
kept
when it was
exploding,
stock.
and I was able to fix that.
Every GMP I've ever had, the internals always just go boom. Externals are always pretty nice.
Yeah.
But
yeah, externally it was beautiful.
Yeah, no, but the 249 that's its own specific issue, and I think most of it just stems from quality control and the hop-up unit.
Yeah.
The hop-up unit, and like again, we talked about this on the last podcast where like I wanted that to succeed so bad for like a whole year. I took it to multiple games and worked with Rod Rambo from Polar Star multiple times. Like at Evike, we sat there and probably for like 3 hours we were trying different bucking combinations with different nozzles, and like I spent. We got custom made nozzle length, and it just never fed perfectly. And then it was like, I literally gave up, and the next day I put it in an A&K, and before I even I didn't even shim it, and it just shot perfectly. And that's like that's the one I have used for like 2 years now. That it was in the Guardian Center video, and
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's kind of like the irony is that what I would consider the worst quality brand in terms of materials and parts performs the best. But
my A&K PKM, after doing some basic work to it, that thing slays now.
So it rips people in half.
Mine's actually a real sword because it's really old, but it's the same as A&K. Yeah, it shoots great once you get the bucking combination right. I noticed that I took it to Copperhead and it shot well in Michigan, but then when I got to Copperhead, it immediately jammed. But that just because I was using too soft of a bucking apparently, and out to a different bucking, and I've used it at 2 Milsim West now, and I think that's the ultimate test. If you can make your machine gun through a Milsim West, it'll
couldn't
work.
agree more.
Yeah, and you're like, yes, talk dirty to me, please.
Yeah.
No, but seriously though, that's a huge, I think a huge test because it's not the perfect weather. It's not the perfect. We're just gonna go from the staging area to the field and shoot it a little bit. It's you got it really has to be working for you to make it through the whole weekend.
I've seen tens of thousands of dollars worth of airsoft machine guns break at Milsim West.
Yeah, every time. It's really unfortunate, but
and that's the meme. It's bring an entire extra gearbox with you if you're running an.
It's not a meme. It's literally part of the packing list.
Yeah, seriously, just bring an extra gearbox.
Well, I mean, I'll have you know that's why I prefer HPA.
Yeah.
A lot of my friends will get mad and be like, HPA, but
no, I mean it's more reliable.
The only thing I don't like about HPA for machine guns is it's a lot easier to carry 10,000 shots worth of batteries than it is to carry 10,000 shots worth of tanks.
Sure, absolutely.
That's the one disadvantage HPA has, and that's why I'm still so stubborn. I'm like, it objectively works worse, but that one benefit.
I don't know. It just I could talk about it for hours. We don't have to go on a tangent about.
I mean, we could. I don't know how much time has everyone got.
Well, I don't want to.
We've only been live for an hour, so we're good.
Still trying to go to the gym at some point tonight.
Oh, you haven't gone to the gym yet? What are you doing?
Well,
I haven't gone to the gym at all today. I had to go have dinner with my family like a nerd. So.
And one of those.
Damn. Nerds.
Yeah. No, it's okay. I doubled up yesterday. I went to the climbing gym and then went to kickball,
Jesus.
so I got like double exercise.
You went to kickball.
Yeah, I'm on a kickball
Oh, that's right. I
league
forgot
now,
about
my
that.
dude.
Yeah. How are your ACLs feeling?
My ACLs are not the problem, so they
What's your
feel
meniscus?
great.
That's right.
Yeah, and those don't exist anymore, so those also feel great.
Oh, that's right. You got those removed. Good for you, buddy.
Yeah, no, those are both gone. Someone in chat, it was, oh my god, let me find this. I just want to shout this out. Austin Clifton says, "Let's go." My two favorite airsoft channels. I'm just gonna say, why are we even in the conversation?
What do you mean? Why? You guys are a great channel. You're my favorite.
You guys are my favorite channel. I watch every single one of your videos.
Why? Oh god.
I don't know. You guys just keep it real.
Cringe.
Yeah, we keep it real cringe.
You guys are just cool people.
Ugh.
I don't know.
I try.
We'll work on it.
Same nerdy
So
hobby.
nice.
Well, I watch your videos too, Alphonse, because you're my favorite airsoft channel, to be honest.
Stop it. Stop it.
Bro,
Mine is
I
those
just-
compilations of people falling off of the top of buildings. Those are my favorite airsoft videos.
Oh god.
But, okay, but does belt move? Okay,
Oh.
it's not moving. Does
Oh
belt
my
Oh,
god. The
Gotta give him a
moving
little
belt.
jiggle.
That is the new airsoft meme, is the shaking belt.
But does belt move? No, this gun. Okay, does not shoot that well.
Is that the Mark 46?
This is the TM Mark 46 that comes with an exclusive TM Mark 46 bag. And I'm not gonna lie, I specifically bought this just because A, I wanted to show support for someone making a new machine gun, and B, it came with a TM Mark 46 bag that I could put my HPA Mark 46 bag into. I mean, this thing does feel amazing, like feel-wise. Like again, this is probably the nicest Mark 46 in terms of external quality, like the steel barrel.
It's also $1,600.
Yeah, it's like, is it worth $1,600? Probably not.
It is to you.
If you have the expendable cash, sure, it is. I mean, do I feel like I got my money's worth with this purchase? Not really, but am I still glad that I did make this purchase? I definitely am gonna upgrade it. I know you can make it a little better. Like I have the parts for. I just haven't put it. You know, I got like it takes like a 9-ball hop-up rubber. Because again, I think the biggest thing with this is that boxing. It's got like.
That kind of reminds me of like the GMR hockey bag that they made.
No, it's
Oh
like
yeah.
really nice fitted foam.
That's the one thing I will give GMR is that their hockey bag's very nice.
I actually like GMR's bag designs a lot.
Yeah,
like,
to be honest, the mini mag.
the mini mag I actually really want. Like the mini
Okay,
map
but
is too.
You guys have a Ridge Wallet electric backpack?
Oh,
Oh
my
my
god.
Ridge Wallet. The sponsors are coming in hard.
Did you get
Podcast has
sponsored
been
by
brought to you
them?
by
Or
the Ridge.
did you
code
already
PIC
get
to save
sponsored by them, or are
10%
they a
off.
future sponsor of yours?
I haven't done the video yet, but
Well, now this is the video. You can send this to them. Be like, oh hey, I showed up on someone else's channel with way less followers.
That's right. I'll be honest. You're probably the only Raids Shadow Legend sponsor that I've seen so far that actually like made me laugh. I was like, okay.
yes, dude, I can't believe what is going on with my freaking screen. What the heck? What the heck, man? Hold on. Alright, I'm just gonna turn on my mom. Okay, is it working? Alright, it's working.
Yeah. Are we just at this point? Are we just making the audience watch us like have a vibe sesh? Because that's
Pretty
kind of how it
much, yeah.
feels.
Like I'm just,
I'm with
we're just
it.
shitposting
I'm
at this
with it.
point.
Okay, what would you like to talk about, audience? Raid.
I'm still pissed Alphonse didn't play John Halo in the new show.
John Halo.
I am upset too. I submitted my audition and they didn't get back.
Well, and I bet you would have kept your fucking helmet on.
Yeah, that's my one gripe. Oh, I mean, okay, there's a lot of gripes. But yeah, I just wish he would keep his helmet on. If he would have just keep his helmet on, it'd be so much better. It's like,
Do you want to tell the chat who wasn't here for the last one some stories about when you worked at Abercrombie?
Oh God. Watch the new Netflix. No, I shit you not. Watch the new Netflix. There's a Netflix about Abercrombie and Fitch, and it is so scary how accurate it is. Except my store was definitely not racist. We had a large. Well, it was post like racism scandal thing.
Post racism Abercrombie, nice.
But definitely, it was definitely fucked up about like making like hiring solely based on looks and discrimination in that regard. But like,
yeah, my cousin he was dating this Indian girl for a while, and they made her work in the back because they told her she was like too dark to work in the front.
Oh my God! What?
Yeah, dude.
No, like, okay, so I started working there after that whole like racism scandal, and so I think they actually cite this in the show, but like after that whole scandal happened, it was like over 56% of the in-store workforce was basically various ethnic breakdown, but not white.
So various minorities.
Yes. So
yeah, they like tried to do better. Yeah,
they did. They did a lot better in store, but the problem was like obviously upper management was still the same, and it was just like a bunch of old white.
Have you seen the CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch?
Yes, I've met Mike multiple times.
Okay, like, but anyone in chat, if you have not seen this man,
please
look him up.
Please watch the Netflix. Go like tonight after this. Watch it.
Yeah, I didn't even know there was a Netflix thing. I gotta check that out now.
It's like a whole all my friends that we all.
I gotta see this.
The two things that I took away from the story you told about that was you ended up leaving that job because you were going to be like O-line or D-line at your college playing college football.
Yeah. Like, I want to play football. I don't give a shit about being a Abercrombie.
Yeah.
What I was going to say, that leads into the fact that you were bulking
your whole life.
You were bulking by eating pizza and dipping each individual bite in ranch. Is the way that.
Those were the glory days.
It's amazing.
My God.
I got so fucking fat.
Listen, man, you just weren't on the same turbo bulk level I was, though. You know, I would say I lived the bulk life much better than you did.
Yeah, you also ballooned up to 350, bro.
Eric, you are a large man. I think the stream is not working.
No, it's not. That's why. Shut up.
Uh-oh.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
No, I think I would give you a run for your money, Eric. If you knew the lengths I went to gain weight to play college football.
Dude, no, probably. Oh my God, I just got so fat and it was glorious. I ate so much ice cream, it was so gross.
Dude, I was eating at least 10. If I didn't eat 10,000 calories a day, I was like, I have failed.
My God,
that's so much.
No, I'm at a solid like 3,000-ish now to like maintain and then have the occasional cheat day. Like that's my solid thing right now.
What's your post-meal West meal? That's the real question.
Ooh.
Are you asking me or Eric?
Well, I know what Eric's is.
I don't really have. I think just Texas Roadhouse. I inhale bread rolls and eat 8-ounce sirloin with grilled. I get the grilled vegetables and a Caesar salad. I indulge a little bit.
I definitely like the Roadhouse.
My post-meal West meal from Five Guys in excess of 5,000 calories.
I probably eat like at least 3 baskets of bread.
Nice.
Shit.
In fact, I'm going
Carb load.
It'll be pretty great. I'm excited.
Alfonse, I got a totally out of the blue question for you.
All right, go ahead.
Have you ever tried bouldering?
I don't even know what that means. Are you talking about like bouldering, working out, bouldering kind of thing?
It's rock climbing. Okay. Yeah, it's rock climbing, but it's without a rope, and you're only climbing like 15 to 20 feet.
I can't say that I have, but maybe I have in some form of non-official capacity, like you're just messing around on hikes or something. But...
There was like a Juji Mufu video on it a while ago.
Yeah. I just want to say, I would love, like, totally off the wall, like, not Airsoft piece of content. You can.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I'd like to travel for those. Like, that, I think that would be my good excuse to start traveling.
To come on the East Coast?
Yeah, just to come out for all the GunGamers games and, like, be a part of it all.
Oh, we're live again.
We are.
We are?
Hey, Ian figured it out.
Correct.
I still see nothing.
No, it's up.
Oh, my God.
Here we go. Yeah. And we're back, and we have 1 viewer. Sick.
That's right.
Yeah,
and it's me.
Monitoring the chat.
Yeah, I mean, in all honesty, I mean, I having played, and I can't really say I've played both East Coast and West Coast because the only thing I did on the West Coast was Milsim West. And I've got a little bit of a different view than your average player when it comes to Milsim West, but it's like I do genuinely prefer East Coast. Georgia Air Force Base is cool. I like it a lot. The fact that you can't use pyro sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I have like 2 crates of EGs.
The reasoning is fair, though.
Yeah, it's
I
a
mean,
gigantic fucking tinderbox.
And every time they like say, okay, you know, we're gonna like lift the rules a little bit. Let's just see what happens. It always catches fire. Like I think it was DFE. It was DFE, not this past one, but the one right before that. They, Josh and Jet were just like, you know what, fuck it. Like we'll just let pyro go, like, and we'll just see what happens. And within that, I think that first game, like I think 2 fires happened, and then that was it. Like they just stopped everything. We're like, forget it. Like we just can't do pyro at Georgia Air Force Base because it's literally, yeah, a giant tinderbox. Like it's just like tumbleweeds and like brush everywhere. It's just horrible, and the buildings will just light up like a box of matches. So you don't want to use pyro there.
No, it's a death trap as well.
I got a good question for Alphonse.
Do you?
What is your favorite place you've ever played?
Probably Camp Shelby. My favorite game is probably that Camp Shelby game where we were all there with the Praise Judy thing, and
yeah,
that game was
the classic.
Yeah, with Leah. Leah was like the commander, and
oh.
Periano was there, and dude, that was so much fun. It was like only a 150 player game or whatever, but it was so much fun.
That game was so fun.
Was it a DFE or an MSW or what?
Yeah.
It was a DFE. That was actually, I think that was the first time we met.
It was, yeah, in person. You came up and asked to take a picture with the Judy thing, and I was like, yes.
Yes, my God, you're a gigantic.
Oh, that was so good.
I'll never forget. It was beautiful, beautiful
yeah.
moment.
And then you just had that moment in your video where you just mowed me down from like way further than I could touch with that fucking vector I was running.
Vector. No, I had that. All of my day 2 footage was corrupt. I remember I had like the greatest day of Airsoft in terms of like slaughtering wholesale that I ever had, and then none of it was ever like posted because all of my scope cam footage was like just for whatever reason, like it was recording. It said I was recording it, like, and then I got back to the SD card, and then it was just like nothing. I don't know what happened. The only time I've ever had that happen. Pretty depressing, but yeah, that was a great game. I had so much fun.
Oh, dude, that game was so fun. Southern Syndicate, we got our asses kicked the whole time because like there was like
Airsofters
5...
don't want to push.
Well, that's the thing. There were like 5 guys on Southern Syndicate who like really wanted to send it, and that's versus the 50 on ERT who really wanted to send it.
ERT goes hype, man. They always go hype.
We were really motivated.
Yeah, you guys fucking killed it. It was actually I enjoyed like beating my face against that wall because like there were some intense gunfights.
I cannot stress how much that still, it's sad talking about it because we can't play there anymore, but it was so much fun.
For now.
Yeah.
What happened?
Waifu assassination off of the mosque happened, and then new base.
Shout out everybody's favorite. I'm not gonna name them, but we all know who I'm talking about.
Of Milsim West.
Yeah.
No, yeah. And then it was just a new base commander, and he was just like not about Airsoft, and I don't think those videos helped. But
no,
they were.
Oh no! Well, oh no! Well, this is kind of the same camp penalty situation, so.
I actually have a theory too, because did you notice how many Airsoft events were being run at Shelby every year?
Yeah, it was a lot.
I almost wonder if having that much time booked for Airsoft was a logistical issue.
Possibly. I don't know for certain. I just
is
know
Shelby
that
a Marine Corps base?
No, it's an Army.
Probably like a National Guard base.
There's some weird deal with the like local state government where like somehow it's like there's X amount of days per year that have to be allotted to some sort of like civilian activity kind of thing because it's like
it's state ran. Yeah, so it's state ran. It's ran by the state of Mississippi, from my understanding. Although it's like It's because it's owned by the National Guard, although it acts as an activation point for the entirety of ForceCom. So people will deploy out of there and do some like initial training out of there. And like there's some army trainings that take place there, but from my understanding it's not like anybody's actually stationed there minus the permanent party.
Yeah.
It's not like Drum where you have like the entirety of 10th Mountain or 82nd where you have everyone.
Just the anime, the waifu body pillow, still there in spirit.
Yeah,
that was also my first Milsim West Insurgency. Was that game?
So mad I didn't go to that.
Well, I mean, they just announced the Insurgency at GTI, and you bet your ass I'm gonna be there.
It's gonna be hype.
I'll probably definitely go to that too.
You missed out on the Vampire Club at Saratov Insurgency. Alfonse,
More importantly, missed out on Fight Milk.
Yeah.
Oh, Fight Milk.
Fight Milk will pull up.
Fight like a crow.
Wolf Cola, baby, never forget.
Oh, dude, the Insurgency, like
The
if I had to pick my favorite Airsoft game format, it's between Survive Omega and Milsim West Insurgency.
Yeah.
Yeah, Insurgency is always a fun time. There's just so much you can do with it, man. Like, you can just be anything and do anything.
I almost feel like a lot of people who go to Insurgency don't appreciate that part of it. A lot of people go there and just like want to be a chaos gremlin and be like, oh, well, I could just shoot people randomly like I'm playing Grand Theft Auto. I'm like, yeah.
But
or you could like invent this crazy character and play out this story for the whole weekend.
Why is Ian the worst tech?
Oh.
the
He
worst.
sucks at running the podcast, that's why.
Okay.
Hey, he's better than me, as low of a bar as that is.
Where did you see that?
I wrote
comments.
I mean, worst video tech in the East. Yes, I am.
I am not going to conflicts. That is next weekend, and I'm playing at this old Soviet era Air Force base in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan for this like test game with Mir Tactical.
Going to the Youpers. Oh man.
Yeah, it's up there. But it's at Calumet. It's called Calumet Air Force Base. It's pretty cool. It'll be the first time anyone's played there, so.
Sounds pretty rad.
Yeah.
It'll be pretty legit. I'll be joined by my friend from the Netherlands tomorrow, and I think it'll be that game too will be an interesting time.
That is one thing I want to do. That is one thing I want to do with
YouTube,
Airsoft. Is at some point like go and
we'll
travel
keep it a
internationally.
secret. Yeah, no, same. Thank you. Thankfully, that C word is over with. That's my plan. Multiple trips towards the end of the year. I definitely want to go to the UK. I want to go to South America. I want to go to Japan. I want to go to what's it called? Italy. There's just so
Damn.
many-
Hella
Well, if you
Airsoft.
show up to Italy with all of your gear,
I want to
like,
go
they're
to
gonna
all
ask
those
to buy
places,
it
but
for like
not for
$5,000.
Airsoft.
Yep, we should be.
Back on this
Nope.
one or back on a different? No, we're
It's gonna-
not back.
Yeah, it's gonna be back on a different one. So here's what I'm
All
gonna
right.
say.
Well, we're just gonna do the outro on this new one.
Tips for
and then-
playing Airsoft in the rain is coming up now.
Badass.
Hey, that. I'm proud of that video. That was one of my better videos.
So to everybody who's currently watching, because we came back live again, we're gonna call it here just because of the consistent technical difficulties and hopefully fix this.
Yeah.
Alfonse, we should do a podcast in the near future rather than waiting another 2 years.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm down whenever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Yes.
we should just like hang out and like play video games. Like actually
I would
talk.
Yeah,
like to hang
dude,
out. Yeah,
let's-
that would be cool.
Yeah. I
Bring
should
back
also
the
play
video
exclusively
games,
on.
man.
Do you still play on console, or do you figure out how to use a PC yet?
Definitely. Yes, I can. Well, here's the thing, right? I haven't finished building my PC. No, so.
Damn.
But, I know. Sorry, I prioritize my expenses for airsoft-related things and not my PC, which I technically should do, but.
Yes. Then we could all play like Battlefront or something.
Oh God, stop! I've spent so many hours of my life playing that game. In fact, I played it I logged in on Wednesday or whatever it was for the May the 4th just to get that triple XP or I forget what it was.
Ooh,
but-
there you go.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
anyway, well, I'll call it before the stream decides to kill itself.
Oh, we're
again.
still live.
We are still live.
Yeah,
yes.
we're live now. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're
so
gonna we're gonna have to call it here because
Yeah.
we're clearly having enough technical difficulties as it is.
I'm gonna go ahead and assume it's. I have Spectrum.
How could this happen to me? I've made my mistakes. got no